Hello, everybody. Welcome to Elderly Brothers. I think this is episode 11, and the date is whatever the date is. I don't know what I forgot
It's
it.
the
Let's
18th
start
of,
over. Let's start over.
no, you're fine.
Well, no, we don't want this stuff on there.
No, it's okay.
All right. Okay, it's up to
So
you.
it's the 18th of April in the year 2025.
Good. Thanks for setting me straight. I'm Artie, and I'm in Florida,
I'm Larry and I'm in New York, and
and
we
we have a
know,
guest. We have a guest.
well, we're going to get to the guest.
Well, he's there. He's on the screen. We need to introduce him.
We will, but we're developing some tension or whatever here,
Oh,
drama.
we are. Okay. Well,
So
anyway,
we know,
as you all know, we know a lot of stuff, and some of it's true.
okay, now we can introduce our guest.
Go
Who's
Hello,
ahead.
I'm Friedberg. I am these guys' cousins, and I'm in the red state of Oklahoma, Broken Arrow, a
Broken Arrow?
suburb of Tulsa.
I always thought Broken Arrow was a great name.
It is, especially if you're in Cherokee.
Is it so? Do you know the derivation of that?
Yeah, actually, there was a tree here that was called the Council Oak, and when the tribes would get together and they would have a peace, uh, a meeting on a peace, they would break an arrow
So
And
where'd
then they
the
broke
arrow
it.
come from?
And did they break it?
on their quiver.
But did they break the arrow?
Yeah, they would break the arrow, and the symbol of the broken arrow was actually a broken arrow, like, that, whatever.
I've heard of the council tree. I don't know where. I think maybe many Native American tribes had council trees, or that's what we call them anyway.
They had one in Council Grove, Kansas, as well, where they met. And I told my brother Artie that in the when the wagon trains were going to the west, which was what, the 1800s, early 1800s.
And as long as, yeah, even
Yeah,
before
middle up to middle.
100 even.
there was an outfitter in that town of 300-400 people that sold $1 million worth of goods to the people heading out in the wagons. He was the last store on the line before Santa Fe. So I can see everybody's impressed by that.
No, I like it. I like that story. I think it's great that somebody had the ingenuity to set that up with wherever he got his goods, his bags of beans and his salted meats and stuff. Who knows where he got it? Maybe he
was,
made it himself, probably.
his name was Neiman Marcus, I think.
I think. Maybe
So
he
I,
was an
I
early
don't,
member of the family. Anyway, but for our people who don't know, our guest Ron is an actor. He's I'd say you're semi-professional, aren't you?
Yeah, half of me is.
But he's not. He wasn't always an actor. He also did other things in his life. But he is. It's all. I guess you've been acting forever, right, Ron?
Ever is 1978. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's ever. That's
it's a
that's very
while. So we should also note that he's old too.
ever. Yeah, right. I think all our experts are going to be old.
You have to be able to be an expert. You have to have all that experience.
Well, yeah,
So,
but
so
I've got a question for you. You've been doing this amateur acting most of your life. Did you ever have aspirations to do more in the acting field?
To be really, really honest, no. Um,
Really?
I really wanted to, I really enjoy acting on stage, and I enjoy the camaraderie, and I enjoy it because I don't have to. We love to go to Larry's hometown or home area to New York and watch, professional shows on Broadway. But that's a hard life. That's
It
a really hard life. You're doing one show. I mean, before you hit Broadway, when you're doing other stuff, you're doing one show while you're rehearsing another. You do eight shows a week. You don't have any life in the evening. You're away from home if you're on tour. That's a tough life. I like doing it 6 weeks at a time.
The non-star actors on Broadway, do they make a decent living?
Yeah, they have scale. They got to make scale. So they do all right. They're not like the people that are still waiting tables.
Well, what percentage of people who want to be professional actors do you think make it?
Maybe two.
Yeah, it's like dancers,
Yeah, I think
like
it's
it's
I
like
think
freelance
Dancers,
writers.
athletes, artists, musicians.
exactly. It's just like basketball and football players. Only there aren't very many scholarships for acting, at least not in most of the state schools.
Really?
There are scholarships?
No, there aren't very many.
Oh,
No,
there aren't. Okay.
uh, and the arts financing from up above is dwindling, so it's harder and harder to keep a theater group together. We're proud of ours because it's been on stage for 45 years in consecutive, so we're really proud of that. That's hard to do.
And you have a backer or backers.
Nope, that's the problem. Community theater usually doesn't have sponsors. When you get into regional theater, then you have sponsors, and then you get the big corps behind them that are in your local area. But community theaters are volunteer and contributions and a little bit from ticket sales. That's about it, and grants. But as I said, most of the federal grants are going away now, so it's really tough.
Well, it's still a sidelight for people, so it's not their source of income, and that's just the case. They're having a good time. They like to do it,
That's
uh,
right.
and but they're not getting anything for it. But they do have other sources, I
It's
hope.
We
it's a
talked about the other day about hobbies.
it's a hobby. That's right.
Is it a hobby? It's a hobby.
Yep, it's an expensive one in time and money to donate and stuff, but yeah, it's a great hobby. And it's like they used to talk about bowling. You could do that from the time you could hold a ball until you were 100 years old. You can do that in theater. And for instance,
Yeah.
I didn't start till I was 40.
Well, you're not playing the young
Or,
love interest, are you?
yeah, sometimes I get to play like a 50-year-old. I just auditioned for a role to be 50, and that's 3/5 of my age.
You're going to have to practice.
Yeah, I have to remember. That's the hard part. What can I do at 50 that I can't do now? Oh my.
So, Ron, do you have a favorite role that you played?
Probably I would have to say it was the Rabbi and Fiddler on the Roof. Um, and another show called The Chosen, not the one that's in the movie now, but those are both serious roles. I enjoyed comedy a lot, so I enjoy doing stuff like The Odd Couple and Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum and all those kind of fun comedies.
So the fiddler, you actually got paid. That was one of your semi-professional things, right?
Yeah, last summer, the Tulsa Performing Arts Center in downtown Tulsa started a professional summer show for the first time. They're doing another one this year, but the first one last year was Fiddler on the Roof. We had all professional crew and part of the cast, and I was lucky enough to get cast along with them. And it was a huge, huge production. It ran, we did 12 shows in 2.5 weeks.
How many people does it take to produce that and get it on stage?
We had 38 in the cast. Um, I would say totally there were at least 60 people involved. And this wasn't TV, so there weren't cameramen or things, but there were light and tech crews, professional crew, stage hands backstage to
So
do
I have another question.
yeah.
How do you pronounce the word ROOF?
Roof. In Fiddler on the Roof, roof.
But I
Yeah,
thought you
it's
said
roof.
roof.
No, it's roof. He said roof,
I said
You
but it's
did
roof.
roof.
say roof.
Roof. No, it's really roof.
Do you sing, Ron?
No, I don't sing anymore. I can carry a tune. I used to be able to sing. I actually took singing lessons to do billis in South Pacific years ago, and that's the extent of my. I leave that to my wife. She has the chords.
So I just read an article that said men when they get older their voices go up, and women when they get older their voices go down.
That's true.
I do too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I
it's obvious. It's you can hear it in everybody's voice.
I can't hit the tenor sounds like I used to, so I don't know if that's true or not.
I had a voice, but it wasn't in any of those classified definitions like tenor or
Very.
baritone. It was just a voice somewhere.
I never had it. I never could sing. At least I was told I couldn't sing. And I've never sing in the shower because I would embarrass myself.
Oh, that's the best place. I still do that, even outside. I love doing that in the outside shower. It's fun.
I went outside on the patio the other day and said, I'm here. I'm alive.
But that's good.
And not a sound. No
Anybody could hear you?
response. No response. And I really yelled it too.
Oh, well, we sing in the spa outside all the time. We put on the music on the speaker, and we do Broadway. The neighbors don't speak to us.
Yeah. And they don't sing to you either, right?
So
No.
you said you had a question for Ron.
I did. I asked it. I asked my
Oh,
question. His favorite role and if he aspired to be a professional actor. And he
oh,
answered those questions. He didn't evade them at all.
so
I,
we're done with that.
Yeah.
I guess so.
But you said you had questions.
Or a topic.
No, I just have topics.
Well, shoot one out there.
I have topical ointment actually on my arm, but let's see. One of the things that I thought was interesting was the ads. You guys kind of touched on it once. The drug ads on TV.
Yeah,
And
we talked about those.
did you talk about all the names and all the ridiculous
Side effects.
side effects?
As well as the production of the commercials with 50 or 100 happy people marching down Main Street singing about something.
Listen, I got to tell you, this is true. I take this medicine, and I think it's for diabetes. I'm not sure, and it's got a name like Influocapic, and, and I didn't know what it was. But every morning, I kept waking up, and after I brushed my teeth and shaved, I had this unbelievable need to sing and dance.
That
And
sounds like a good medicine.
it drove my wife crazy. And then I finally found out that was generic for what is it, Jardian. Yeah.
Did
A
it
lot of
improve,
good, lot of
did it
good
improve your
dancing.
singing?
So it works. It works. But my blood sugar went sky high. I don't understand it. I don't know.
And the dancing's really good.
Yeah, the other medicine that I took, we had to stop because I did have really bad side effects. Um, Golly, it was awful. I had anxiety. I had rash around where you take it, and anal leakage. I hated that.
No good.
Yeah, that's one of those weird side effects they advertise all the time. If you have anal leakage, don't take it. You have to be told not to take it if you have anal leakage.
I love the thing that they say if you're allergic to it, don't take it.
Yeah, right. How do you know?
Exactly. Exactly.
You're supposed to know. Also wonder how, I mean, there must be a formula for making up those names somehow.
Yeah, you have to drop all of the vowels.
Yeah, there's very few vowels.
Vowels, no. You have to have at least like Vivics and
They have a lot of Y's
X's and
and
Z's.
Z's. There's a lot of Y's and Z's.
Yeah, that everybody can remember that. No, you go to the doctor and they say, "Give me a list of your pharmaceuticals." Hey, you can't say them, let alone write them. You know?
Well, there's some of them are they've translated slightly, but not enough.
Yeah, I like the ones where you can't take them if you have tuberculosis, thrombosis. What was the one you thought of, Larry?
Oh, I can't remember.
Halitosis. Yeah, you can't have
Any osteosis.
yeah,
Any
you can't,
ostices.
Any ptosis. Don't take
or
this.
or if you have a neck.
Well, I think we're running on a little long here, Larry. What's the time? Can you see?
It looks like 24 minutes.
Oh, we're going way over time. We usually go 15. So obviously having a guest is a good thing.
Yeah, we can go as long as we want.
Well, you'll have to do some editing because otherwise, why don't you stop the recording and we'll say goodbye.
We can
Um,
have Ron back,
well, sure we can. Of course we can.
I'll bring my front too.
You're what?
As the people on NPR say, thanks for having me.
Yeah. You're
You've,
welcome.
you've been had.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, goodbye, everybody. Don't go away, Ron. We'll keep you here and chat.
And we wanted to remember to ask people to beg, even people to
No
watch
begging.
this.
No begging. We don't need to beg.
I'll beg. I don't care.
Okay, I'm not begging.
People to watch and say they like it and share it. And, so we can be rich.
Tell her friends and relatives. Anyway, love you, my brother.
I love you, my brother. I love you, my cousin.
Yes, exactly. All right.